Hello, hello, this is Philip Cargom. This is Tea with the Druid, brought to you by the Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids. How nice to be with you. Let's all gather around the fire. And as people arrive in the circle, we smile or wave at them, nod to them, and they're all starting to sit down around the fire. That lovely primal feeling of coming together in a warm, safe place, to sit around together, to connect in a very deep way, not only with each other as fellow human beings, but also with the natural world, with the trees and the earth, the skies and the stars. And let me look at the comments, and I see that there are two people in Scotland, somebody in Austria, somebody in Norway, somebody in Lincolnshire, somebody in Tipperary, and in California, and Amsterdam, and fireworky London, and Pender Island, and Lincolnshire, and Amsterdam, and Dallas, Texas, and Denmark, and Cornwall. Wonderful Carolina, and Maine, and Michigan, and Manchester, New Hampshire, and Ireland, and Scarborough, and Colorado, and Vashon Island. And how lovely. So welcome everybody. That's really great. Great to see everybody arriving. So as everybody arrives and settles down by the fire, let's just take a moment to really enjoy arriving. I don't know how the time feels to you, but last week seems such a long way away. I had to remind myself that it was only last week that I was talking with Isla MacLeod on Tea with the Druid. It seems, I don't know, if I had to guess it, I'd say it was 2 weeks ago, but it was only a week ago. And maybe we can do a survey. It's always lovely because there's so many of us here. We can do these surveys. How many, if you just ask her, does last week seem a long way away or a short way away? Does it feel like it was only yesterday, last Monday, or does it feel 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks away? Does it feel a long way away or a short way? So long or short way away. Let's see what people short. Long way. Yes, it seems like ages ago. Long. Both short and long. There has to be somebody who's going to say that. Every day is an eternity when you see the updates of war. Yeah. 10 days or not? Very long way. Just like a week away. Feels like a few days away. Long way away. Short. Fantastic. Long way away. Yes. Good. So a whole range, but kind of a predominance for feeling I can't remember that far back. 2 weeks, 2 years, weekly routines like that. Pittsburgh, Texas, long way away. Okay. So the majority of people seem to be saying that last Monday was a long time ago. Like a dream, somebody says. Yes. So great to see David here, and Morgan and Black, Duncan Black. I live in the gift of the present, Patricia. Yes. So, well, why did I say that? I don't know. It just occurred to me that that time seems to be stretching out. It's speeding up, filling up, stretching out. It's doing all sorts of strange things. And here we are. We find ourselves once more together in this place. How's everybody feeling? Tune in, check in with your body, your feelings, and just say how you're feeling in the moment. That'll be good, just to bring ourselves more into the present. While I'm waiting, let's see, tired but peaceful, fuzzy, hungry, happy and grounded, exhausted, grateful, uncertain but calm, a bit detached from myself. That's a funny feeling, isn't it? When you don't feel quite that you're fully engaged and present to yourself and to what's happening. Apprehensive, grateful to be here, very distracted, unsettled, exhausted after nocturnal encounters with mice, tired, grounded, peaceful, a bit overwhelmed, melancholy, better after the lovely healing circle. Yes, there was a wonderful, or the Order have a healing circle, and they were broadcasting just before this. That was lovely to see. Grounded in my root chakra. I've been really overwhelmed lately. Broken but not beat. Hungry. I'm actually eating my tea. Grounded and content. On the edge. Recovering after an amazing ceremony. Floating above an excited sea like the gulls. That's very poetic. That's lovely. Sad. Peaceful. I close my eyes and open my eyes, and another week goes by. I second broken but not beat. Jenny's feeling snotty. So okay. And focusing and bringing good for loved ones in the world. Yes. So what is so interesting, I think, about our needs is when we're in a certain kind of mood, in a certain kind of place in one's consciousness, one needs so much. You need to learn, you need to understand, you need to get stuff, you need to make money, you need to achieve things, you need to experience this. And then there's this extraordinary contrast where you can swing across to another sort of state of consciousness where there's nothing you need. Of course, you have to be in a situation where you're not being bombed, you're not being shot at, you're not hungry and starving and ill and all those things, of course. But provided your basic needs are met, we all know Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But when provided we're dry and warm and fed, then there's a way in which, with a little bit of nudging and help, and again, that's, I suppose, what I see spirituality doing, is it's creating us, even these teas, these Monday evening sessions, they create the circumstances where we can just shake off a little bit of the stress of the week, a little bit of those voices that are pushing us to do and gain and acquire. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying they sometimes we need a break from them to just bask, which is why sitting by the fire is lovely. When we have these experiences of sitting by the fire outside, and in Druid camps, when we have camps outside, that's a lovely experience just to sit around the fire. It's as if that's enough. That it's great if you're having a conversation with somebody to one side or the other, or if somebody's stood up and sung a song or has given a talk. But if there just happens to be silence, just the crackling of the fire, that's enough too. And to drop into that place where it is enough, life at the moment is enough, is wonderful. Let's go straight into a meditation now. And poetry, I think, can help us so much with that. And one of the beautiful things about Druidry is that art and nature are held together with such reverence there. And so while we're sitting around the fire, a lovely thing to do is to listen to poetry. And poetry speaks to our souls in a way that prose sometimes can't reach. So I'm what I'm really want to do now is to let's go into a meditation. Let's settle more deeply into this sense of being around the fire together. And then I'll read to you a poem by Dylan Thomas called Fern Hill that I was introduced to when I was on a retreat a couple of weeks back in Caernarfon in Wales. And somebody in the circle, again, we were sitting around the fire in a roundhouse, this wonderful, evocative roundhouse in Snowdonia in the mountains. And somebody read out Fern Hill, and it's just such a beautiful poem. So let's enjoy bathing in art and in nature by becoming aware now of being wherever we are in our rooms, looking at our screen, and you look around and you see your room and the setup here, and you see the screen in front of you, and feeling fully present here and now. You might like to gently lower your gaze or close your eyes to better concentrate. And being very aware of all your surroundings, fully present here and now. It's as if by being anchored in this awareness, feeling safe and comfortable in it, you can actually start to let go, to allow your awareness of the floor beneath you, the walls around you, and the ceiling above you to gently fade, to be replaced instead by a sense of being outside. And you immediately notice, as you breathe in, the smell of the air, slight dampness and freshness in the air, and the smell of wood smoke. And you notice that you're seated in a forest clearing with colleagues and friends sitting around in a circle with a small fire burning in the center. And you just breathe in and you breathe out. Just allowing your body to be breathed, not having to make any effort. If you feel like taking a deeper breath in and holding it for a moment, you can. Breathing out fully and deeply and becoming aware of the earth beneath you. And you feel how you can allow your sense of gravity, of your weight, just to drop onto the earth, to feel connected to the earth. And let's enjoy that feeling of gravity, enjoy that, the fact that we're not floating off. We've actually floated down, and there's a sense of weight and connection to the earth. And you can feel the energy of the earth flowing up into your body and your energy field, bringing you a sense of stability and connection. All that life in the earth, all that energy, the soil and the water, the rocks and minerals, all the creatures in the earth, all this energy and life. And it's flowing up into you, energizing you. And you become aware of the roots of the trees now in the earth. It's almost like we can develop a sort of 3D vision sometimes in our imaginations, where we can sense and almost see these roots deep in the earth. And you can see all these roots connecting to the mycelium, where everything is connected in this lovely carpet of fibers connecting to each other, sharing information, sharing nutrients and water. And you feel the way the trees are sucking up the moisture, the life-giving energy of the earth up into their trunks. And let's feel the trees around us now. They have such a majestic, quiet presence, the trees around us. Just the occasional sound of the boughs moving in the wind, but a deep silence that brings and gives to us strength and calm. We breathe in the aroma of the trees. the smell of the forest. Then you become aware of the sky above you, and you breathe in the energy of the sky. And notice how the sky energy brings you vitality, energizing your energy body and your physical body. And the energy of the sky meets the energy of the earth within the center of your being. And you become aware now of being seated in the circle. And you see the fire burning, or you feel its warmth. Hear the sound of the fire crackling. And then one of the bards in the circle stands up and begins to recite a poem. Now, as I was young and easy under the apple boughs, about the lilting house and happy as the grass was green, honoured among wagons, I was prince of the apple towns. And once below a time I lordly had the trees and leaves trail with daisies and barley down the rivers of the windfall light. And as I was green and carefree, famous among the barns, about the happy yard and singing as the farm was home, in the sun that is young once only, time let me play and be golden in the mercy of his means. And green and golden I was huntsman and herdsman. The calves sang to my horn. The foxes on the hills barked clear and cold. And the Sabbath rang slowly in the pebbles of the holy streams. All the sun long it was running, it was lovely, the hayfields high as the house, the tunes from the chimneys, it was air and playing, lovely and watery, and fire green as grass. And nightly under the simple stars as I rode to sleep, the owls were bearing the farm away. All the moon long I heard, blessed among the stables, the night jars flying with the ricks and the horses flashing into the dark. And then to awake, and the farm like a wanderer white with the dew, come back, the cock on his shoulder. It was all shining, it was Adam and maiden. The sky gathered again and the sun grew round that very day. So it must have been after the birth of the simple light in the first spinning place, the spellbound horses walking warm out of the whinnying green stable onto the fields of praise. And honoured among foxes and pheasants by the gay house, under the new-made clouds, and happy as the heart was long, in the sun born over and over, I ran my heedless ways. My wishes raced through the house, high hay, and nothing I cared at my blue. My wishes raced through the house high hay, and nothing I cared at my sky blue trades that time allows, in all his tuneful turning, so few and such morning songs, before the children green and golden follow him out of grace. Nothing I cared in the lamb-white days that time would take me up to the swallow-thronged loft by the shadow of my hand, in the moon that is always rising, nor that riding to sleep I should hear him fly with the high fields and wake to the farm forever fled from the childless land. Oh, as I was young and easy in the mercy of his means, time held me green and dying, though I sang in my chains like the sea. And just allowing the feelings and the colors, the joy and the melancholy, the richness of the words to settle. We can connect to both the joy of being here in nature, our hands touching the earth, smelling the fire, feeling its warmth, appreciating the trees, appreciating the finite nature of life, and the timeless quality of beauty and of our experience too. Oh, time can pass quickly, but immersed in the flow of time, we can allow our experience to expand and extend so that it feels infinite and eternal in our hands, in our hearts, and in our minds. May our childlike sense of joy be always with us. And let's imagine our hands drifting out to hold the hands of everybody in the circle now. May all the children in the world be protected, be held in love, held in care. May peace prevail on earth. And feeling that peace and sense of peace radiating out from the sacred grove, gently squeeze the hand to either side of you. Allow your hands to move to your heart now and feel the warmth coming from your hands into your heart. And if you've done that with your physical hands, you'll notice that you start to feel the warmth from the palms of your hands on your chest, in your heart. And as you do this, you allow your awareness of being seated in the circle, in the sacred grove, to gently fade as you become aware of being seated in front of your screen, fully present here and now. And when you feel ready, you open your eyes. Thank you. So, isn't that a beautiful poem? You know, it's this sort of celebration of childhood, and then just this melancholic turning just at the end when you realize that the poet is looking back on his childhood and it's no longer, and an awareness of the finite nature of time. So thank you so much for being here. Have a very wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I have a guest again, so that'll be lovely. And yes, so have a beautiful week. And I'm seeing your messages coming through, and that's really That's really lovely to see everybody here. So many blessings, much love, and see you next Monday. Okay, bye everybody.